The biggest challenge that we have is demonstrating to the customer that we actually do this through reports, and it almost looks unbelievable because we're, a smaller team using technology to automatically close hundreds of thousands of events. It almost seems unreal, but it's the power of automation. We see everyone telling you now that security is effectively a data problem. It's so true. There is that much data which is taken from every aspect of the network. The amount of data that's generated, it would be impossible without rooms full of analysts looking at alerts to do anything with the data other than be swamped with it. It's the skill really to do something actionable with that data. So instead of just firing off alerts to customers that something potentially malicious happening within the environment, it's using a SOAR product to be able to bring actionable use cases to the customer and not just flooding them with alerts. Without Siemplify, we would not be able to deal with the amount of alerts that we take in from our customers without significantly scaling the team.
Although we haven't got a large team, we have got a very skilled team. And by using automation and putting in the playbooks and the processes in place, we're able to provide a more valuable service than a larger traditional SOAR would do.
One of the key things that we've taken away from SOAR is the playbook process. So not just using the playbook process to necessarily automate an action, but using the playbook to ensure that alerts are logged in a consistent way in our ticketing system, to make sure that the insight data is consistent across tickets, to make sure that at tier 1 we're doing threat intelligence lookups and enriching the case with the right threat information. But then being able to automate that means that we're getting a consistent approach to how every ticket is investigated.
Some of those complex forensics processes where you might have to run some quite complex commands, we've been able to automate those. So again, if it's 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, we can effectively press a button and we can be acquiring an image in a forensically sound way, and that can be running overnight. So when we get up in the morning, we can be jumping on that, running a timeline again, which we can automate from within the playbook. And it just makes those complex steps much more actionable by somebody that isn't necessarily a forensic specialist.
If an integration doesn't exist, there's an easy IDE that we can use to write in Python, to write our own integration. Within a matter of days, we can have a library knocked up by our developers, and we're integrating more threat intelligence on a weekly basis from wherever we can consume it from. Without the ability to do that automatically, we've got analysts who would manually have to look up that information. The level of integration that we've got between Siemplify, our ticketing platform, and the third-party threat intelligence that we can pull in saves hours a day per analyst. Our analysts can spend less time working on the level 1 alerts that come in. You're looking at the threat intelligence, putting that data into tickets, doing that low-level investigation, and we can really focus our time on what's important, and that's the threat hunting, the incident response, and what is effectively continual service improvements, looking to improve the customer's security infrastructure all the time. As part of the managed service that we offer, we're placing digital forensic equipment onto the customer's site so that we're ready to respond. In a traditional sort of environment, you would have to drop an IR team on, and a digital forensics team on. That could take days. We've got the equipment pre-staged, and we've got the API integration with our equipment built into the playbooks, working with the customer to identify security misconfigurations and concerns within their environment and helping them remediate the root cause. That's what's going to lower risk ongoing, not working on alerts, and that's what Siemplify allows us to do.